Next, Brent Lance from Sandtable is going to talk about military planning using agentic AI and simulations. Give him a hand.
Thank you, everyone. I'm Brent Lance. I'm the CTO and co-founder of Sandtable, and I'm here to talk to you today about how we're using Cesium to improve military planning using agentic AI and simulations. So it is our contention that the nature of conflict has changed. Just within the last couple of months, we've seen very audacious raids, basically using drones that significantly degraded capabilities, both in the Israel-Iran war and in Ukraine and Russia. And that's not the only thing that's coming down the pipe, right? There's increased hypersonics, there's new AI capabilities, and increased autonomous capabilities, so this is going to continue to change. However, planning capabilities, particularly within the Army, have not actually changed. Army planning is still done in the same way today that it was in 2000, in a way that's very similar to how it was done during Vietnam. You get everybody in a room, it's a very manual process, you put out a map, you talk through it, you rehearse it, you make sure everybody's on the same page. It works, but one of the things we found over the last few months is that if you put all of your senior leadership in one place, that can be a very risky enterprise. So it's our contention that our militaries must be able to plan at the speed of conflict. They need to have shared situation awareness across echelon, and they need to be able to do this in a distributed fashion. And if these things don't happen, then there's a risk of very significant impact. So at Sandtable, oh man, this slide is all messed up. Oh, nope, there it is, sorry. So at Sandtable, we are using Cesium, and we're a very recent found up. We're able to use Cesium to get after this by building 3 different prototype technologies. The first of which we called Zero State, and we're using Cesium Ion to actually bring in terrain tiles and perform terrain analysis, initial terrain analysis for us. And what Zero State does is provides AI capabilities to help soldiers perform what's called IPOE, or intelligence preparation in the operational environment. The second one we have is called Mentat, and what this does is it actually provides AI capabilities to allow soldiers to develop plans. And what we're doing is we're using CesiumJS to enable the rapid editing of plans and courses of analysis, which can then be overlaid on the terrain to see how the terrain actually affects those plans. The third one we have is called Navigator, and what Navigator does is it uses Cesium for Unity to allow wargaming, mission analysis, and mission rehearsal all to take place within a simulated environment that provides the actual terrain of the operational environment. I have a couple quick screenshots just to give an idea of what we're talking about. Here's a very simplified and stripped down course of action sketch. It doesn't mean a whole lot to me, but it does mean quite a bit if you actually understand what a lot of this is. However, what we can do is this is very easy to basically ingest, stand up, and allow the user to rapidly edit. And then using CesiumJS, we can take that same sketch and we can overlay it on the terrain of the environment to allow them to understand how that terrain is going to impact that plan and adapt that plan so that it's relevant to that specific terrain environment. Then we can actually take all of that, we can ingest that within Cesium for Unity. We can give control of the units that are executing the plan to different individuals, allow them to do wargaming, allow them to do plan analysis and understand the strengths and weaknesses of this plan, and allow them to do mission rehearsal to get everybody on the same page, and we could do this in a distributed fashion. All right. Thank you very much. I want to thank my co-founders, Brady Moore and Brian Hamilton, our funders, Silent Ventures and Quiet Capital, and Cesium for allowing us to pull out all this together very quickly.